Yo, what up, One Coalition? Hey, look, I ain't even gonna speak on my numbers that's been showing up on the last video and stuff like that. It seems like people just blinded to what's going on or not understanding, but that's neither here nor there. This video I'm about to post right here is Tariq trying to still cause a separation on Africa, and he's speaking like how people, the slaves, the free slaves went back to Liberia, but they didn't want to go and they went through a whole bunch of stuff. Like, bruh, stop the shenanigans. Like, I always say that if you want to speak on foundational black Americans, you have to speak on the Liberian people, which is my people. The Liberian people were slaves over here and then were took back to Africa by the ACS. But he trying to downplay it right here and try to act like it was a bad thing. I'm gonna show and continue to show these contradictions that this man does. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that shit until the fall over. One Coalition.
Many times talking about linking up with Africa and things like that, a lot of times it had a scammy little vibe to it. Even with the American Colonization Society, when they were sending people to Liberia, that was kind of scammy, you know. They were sending free blacks over there, and a lot of blacks were going over there dying, and many blacks didn't want to go over there because they understood we're not from that part of the world. I mean, we've been here for centuries. A lot of black people at the time knew that we were foundational. We'd been here for a long time. Even Frederick Douglass spoke out against repatriating or patriating because a lot of us can't even prove where in Africa we came from. It's very speculative, and again, there were a lot of black people who were already here, so it's very hard to really assess who came from where. You understand? Now, let's be very clear. I have a lot of love and respect for brothers and sisters in the diaspora. I still rock with them.
Yo, One Coalition, y'all hear that shit that nigga talking? That lip smacking coon? You hear what he talking? It seems to me that y'all just like to hear this nigga talk and shit like that. Like, it has to be something like that because everything he's taking from y'all, he hasn't produced anything. But that's neither here nor there. This video right here, he was speaking on the Liberian people. If you've been on my page and you've been subscribed to my page for a year now, you know that I'm a Liberian and I know what's going on. I have a video talking about the ACS. I have a video showing the significance between Happy Hill Gardens in North Carolina and the Liberian people because the free slaves left Happy Hill Gardens and went back to Africa. Now, let me clear this up. Black people / African people were not forced to go back home. We willingly took that shit back home. We willingly wanted to go back home because when the Europeans came over here, they seen black people here. Yes, they did, because we were natural travelers. Like we live on the water. We come from the coast. You know what I'm saying? We're the West African people, so we come from the coast. So of course we traveled over here before Christopher Columbus or all these other colonizers went to. You know what I'm saying? So we've been there before them. They had to come from Europe. We had to come right there from Africa here. So we've been here. So now when they went to Africa and seeing us, and yes, in history, our people sold us out. But we always wanted to go back home. Even the people who were here wanted to go back home because they became enslaved too. Now, this dude had y'all confused to be thinking y'all Native Americans. No, y'all not Native Americans. The Native Americans were here. We came from Africa and we started mixing with them because we knew how to live off the land the same way they do. So don't get the history confused by a grifter who's just trying to gain money off y'all, because the videos that I post on my page, it's hard for me to understand why y'all don't see this shit and see the contradictions this man speaks, but y'all still follow him. That's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how people are. People want to ride with something. And of course, that man tapped into what the FBI told him or whoever told him to tap into to cause separation between us. Because if you look at the greats, who sometimes he tries to quote or sometimes he tries to downplay now, he spoke good on all of them. Every leader in the civil rights movement was not a black American. They came from somewhere and they realized where they came from back in the 1800s. But that's another video right there. Secondly, I have clips and my family members and different things I know about my history, how my ancestors came from Kentucky and went back to Liberia with the ACS. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Garvey was a part of that too before they got him out of here. Any Pan-Africanist who tries to take us back home or show us our true roots, you know what I'm saying, they get rid of him. But then you have people like Tariq Nasheed who they give free reign to. Like, they let him just cause separation, and he knows what he's doing for the money. You got his mother-in-law who takes trips to Haiti and she tries to go over there and act like she's starting fundraisers or nonprofit organizations in order to help the people. And she's not doing nothing for those people. She's pocketing that money and chilling. She's going over there with the same Christianity stuff they went over there with to colonize us. And one thing I hate is a European or a black person try to act like they trying to start a nonprofit, like even to go to the biggest names and shit like that, like Red Cross and Feed the Children and all that stuff. All they do is start foundations in order for the world to contribute to, and that shit goes right into their bank accounts. They don't do anything for the countries or anything for the nation. But that's another story right there too. Let's jump back to the topic. Liberian people went back there knowing where they were going back to, and they went back there and made that place look beautiful. They had a democracy, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they went through turmoil and hazards with the native people who were there, because the native people didn't know who they were coming back there. Because like we always know, we didn't know exactly what part of Africa we came back from, but we set up a democracy in Liberia, and things were thriving. Things were thriving so good. The only thing that tore that country down was greed. And you can look it up, you know what I'm saying? You can do your research on that right there. Like Liberia, or the Congo Liberian tribe is the real foundational black Americans, because they were free slaves who went back to West Africa. And the numbers was astronomical. They don't have the true fact numbers that they show right there. Like, people went back to Africa because they wanted to go, not because they were forced. Not because it was some kind of ploy they had to trick them to go. 12,000 people went back there on them ships and went back there and set it up. Yeah, it was a turmoil, but it's still thriving. Liberia is still a place that could be thriving. Liberia never lost its history. The flag is one star, the same American flag with one star. I'm asking y'all to do y'all history yourself, man. Before y'all get on here trolling and all that shit, man, y'all do y'all history yourself, man, because the history runs deep. We are all African people. And all our leaders have been telling us that we're African, but now y'all got somebody who lip smacks and fucking damn near trolls motherfuckers and causes separation trying to lead y'all. Y'all please wake up, black people, man. Y'all are all African people. We all African people. Wake up, man. I ask y'all listen to this video in its entirety, you know, and stay tuned, man. Let's put this shit together. This is not for views. This is not for subscribers. I don't do this right here, but I feel like if I don't release the things that I know inside of me and know how I am as a person, and know there's plenty of other people out there who feel like me, if I don't release that, then I'm a hypocrite. I don't want my children and my grandchildren growing up knowing this lies that they tell us. So y'all wake up, man. Want coalition. Y'all have a good night.